What's up everyone, it's TyranitarTube, and what to know before the Isle of Armor DLC. I saw these videos doing well, so I'm like, let's try this out. It'll be a good video. I did some research. Shank that like button. This is what you need to know before the Isle of Armor DLC, to enlighten yourself or to prepare for it. Let's talk about what there is in it. There is the one new Galarian line, Slowpoke, for now. I'm not guaranteeing there's more, but Pokemon's been doing well hiding stuff from the trailers, so I guess I'm hoping for more. There's at least 6 new Gigantamaxes. We've got Venusaur, Blastoise, Rillaboom, Cinderace, Inteleon, and the Urshifu twins. Again, these are the only ones for now, but I trust that they're having some fun hiding stuff, especially with there being a poison gym leader. I feel like she would have a Gigantamax of her own. At least one of her matches, it shows that she has a Slowbro. And then there's, of course, the returning Pokemon. These are the Pokemon confirmed returning. There might be more. In total, there's supposed to be at least 200 Pokemon, but for the first one, there's around 100. Starting from Kanto, these are the ones returning. From the Golduck line down to Exeggutor, to Scyther and Scizor, there's Blissey, Exploud, Luxray, Zoroark, Volcarona, all the way to Lycanroc. Haven't played the Extreme Randomizer and seeing every Pokemon in the game all over the place. It's refreshing, the idea that finally more will be in the overworld and spottable. What's cool is that there's some new moves too. There's Jungle Healing, which I think belongs to Zarude, which I think will come out with the Crown Tundra DLC since the movie airs in winter. And then there's moves like Wicked Blow and Surging Strikes. These are like storm throws that always result in a crit. Now we have a dark and water version of it. Burning Jealousy is a fire move that burns any of the opponent's Pokemon that had their stats increased. Grassy Glide, which has priority in the grassy terrain, and Shell Sidearm, which is of course for the new Slowbro. So for the Isle of Armor DLC, there's gonna be a whole new wild area, sort of like a Sevi Islands that surround the Galar region. There's gonna be 10 new areas that you get to explore. Items will drop down, and these Pokemon exclusively will be wandering around there. All these Pokemon that you don't see anywhere in Galar, like Magnezone and Blissey, Zoroark, they're gonna be wandering around and chasing you there. You know, that's my favorite part. I'm gonna get some screams out of Zoroark chasing me. And then we get to the stories. Now, there is a story, like you meeting up with the poison gym leader girl and battling her maybe before you go to the dojo, meanwhile exploring this huge wild area in the process. So let me clarify, it's Clara in Pokemon Sword, and for Pokemon Shield you get Avery. I'm sorry, Shielders. But this is the coolest thing. So of course there's stuff like the Max Soup, which you can feature Pokemon and it makes them Gigantamaxable, like your starter Pokemon, so you can get the special Rillaboom by feeding it Max Soup, or the toxicity you get as an egg, or any Pokemon you find in the wild. So if this poison gym leader girl has some poison Gigantamax, you can find it in the wild, feed it the soup, and you get that Gigantamax too. And the item gambler, the Cramorant looking thing where you throw in like 3 to 4 items and you gamble and it gives you something. I reckon that there's a way to get a Master Ball in this. It's not confirmed, but they have to make a Master Ball and other super rare items a reward for this. Oh yeah, I just wanted to point out, her hair kind of resembles a Dustox. She is a poison user, so maybe it'd be cool if she used a Gigantamax Dustox. It's likely just a coincidence, but her hair does look like a Dustox. And there's also this, picking a Kanto starter. Big Charmander's out of the way, so these two have a fair chance. Which one would you pick? Anyhow, this is the coolest thing that I found so far, which is essentially confirmed, which is that the levels scale with your Pokemon. So when you play this after beating Leon, the Pokemon here will start at like level 60, and no matter how strong your team gets, they will always pose a challenge, so you can't just breeze through it. I don't think it'll be annoying, like when your Pokemon level up, they just match your level. Just generally, they'll be around the same level as you. This is a good thing. Fighting the opponent will always be a challenge, so if you do fight this poison gym leader girl, she's gonna be as strong as Leon essentially, just to your party, because they'll be the same level. The opponent will always be a challenge, like it has been in the Sword Extreme Randomizer. What's sick is that I think it's possible to trigger this DLC without completing the game. So you can apparently enter the Isle of Armor from the train station in the beginning of the game, as soon as you can go to the wild area. So you fight hop, go to the wild area with level 10 Pokemon, you can enter the Isle of Armor DLC, and you can play the DLC in a different light, and the Pokemon will scale down to like level 12-ish. So you can choose when this DLC takes place, and it scales with your team. So if you enter with high enough Pokemon, they will hit level 100, is what IGN says. Blame them if this is wrong. I've been researching this. Do my homework. It makes me contemplate how I want to do this. I kind of want to start a new game and play the DLC with low levels, but it might give you a cooler feel that you're doing a post game if you go with higher levels, like making them have level 60 to 70 Pokemon. So that's probably what I'll do. Anyhow, there's a Zygarde-like quest where you find 150 Alolan Diglett around the region, and apparently you get some reward. It better not be like a wig. You get the Alolan Darkrai wig. It better be something sick. Yo, it better be you find all 150 and they take you to a special island. You know, 11th DLC Wild Area Island. Come on. Honestly, that's what it needs to be. Because it's like you explore the entire DLC, find the 150 Diglett, which I think will not be as tedious as it sounds. And now that you've explored everything, you get the special unlock. The final island. That has to be that. Yo, imagine it's a wig. Come back to this video if it's a wig. And there's also something called the XP charm, which you can get somewhere in the DLC, which forces all of the experience to, instead of going to your party, to go to one specific Pokemon. Yeah, I could use this in the extreme randomizer. That's the majority of it that's been revealed so far. All in all, it's like them trying to show you a taste of what they can do in these DLCs. Apparently, the DLC that will give the bigger story and adventure is the Crown Tundra at the end of this year, but we don't know the full story. I'll be covering the DLC tomorrow, and there is going to be at least some story. I'm underselling it, but I have trust that it's going to be a lot more fun than what they're saying so far. But there is an announcement tomorrow at 9 AM EST or 6 AM PST that will deliver Pokemon news. It's titled Pokemon New Product Presentation, and it probably will give info for the DLCs and maybe for the future Pokemon as well. I'm not sure if I'll live stream it, but you can see in the description whether I am live streaming it or not. I trust Pokemon is hidden some juice from the DLC. So far, there's the one Galarian form. We'll see what else there is. Episode 1 of the DLC is tomorrow. Shank that like button, check back and join me, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.
I'm the man. Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't